Sorry. All right. Okay. You should be able to hear me a little better. All right, let me get my cocktail up here. The important stuff, man. Come on. How is everyone? Let me see. Who do we have here? Hi, Mr. Black Wolf. Hi, Taboo Topics. Welcome to Lord Troll. I was already a member of Switch. Oh, oh, don't worry about it. Thank you. Thank you for becoming a member again. That means you chose to do it twice. That's awesome. How is everyone? Yeah, I caught some of your guys' stream earlier. I don't really know much of the backstory though, so I didn't participate much in the chat or whatever because I didn't really know what was happening. But I learned some. And I'm guessing that Black Wolf's tweet from earlier that I retweeted had to do with this or something like that or whatever, because someone was very unhappy with me for supporting that tweet. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm not sure what you're asking me here. Or no, because like I can relate to the tweet. So I think we sorted it out. So there's that. And I totally support that tweet. I totally relate to that tweet. It's a good tweet. I'm gonna read it though, so people know what I'm talking about. So Black Wolf put a tweet up earlier today, and I hearted it and I quoted it, and I said word. Word. That's it. But his tweet had said, fraudulently, wait, let me show the thread. Fraudulently obtained orders have a way of reversing themselves with consequences to the falsifiers. Trust Wolf and ain't worried about shit from that sorry ass bitch. But thanks though. Now, the sorry ass bitch part, I have no idea who he's talking about, whatever. But the beginning part, fraudulent obtained orders have a way of reversing themselves with consequences to the falsifiers. Did you come up with that? Or is that like a quote from something or somewhere? Because if it's not, it should be. So, yes, I rather like that tweet. But okay, so every so often I think about the subreddit that we lost, and I get kind of bummed about it. So I keep trying to find pieces of it here and there, usually through the Wayback Machine. But it's kind of hard to do that because there's only so much of it you can actually pull up when searching just for the subreddit from the Wayback Machine. So I found that it's easier, or not easier, but it's more content or more results heavy when you instead do a Wayback search on one of the members or users of the subreddit. But you can't really find out all of everyone who's, but I mean, the thing had like 15,000 people in it, and you can't just pull up like an old roster or whatever. So every so often I'll come across a link and I'll put the link through the Wayback Machine, and then that will give me like the poster, maybe a couple of comments or something. It'll give me like just a small little snippet of a page of the subreddit, and they will give me accounts to look up. So then I will Wayback Machine whatever accounts that come up, and then I can pull up their comments, only their comments. Like it'll be a comment list. Like they commented on this post and this was their comment. That's all I can really see, because once I click on it, I mean, I guess maybe it could go through, but I have yet to have one go through yet. So, but anyway, long story short, I'm already at long, but whatever. There's been a couple of things from the subreddit that I've been kind of like, I realized that, oh shit, that's gone. We lost that. That's a bummer. Well, there's one thing I got back through this Wayback Machine. I looked up the Wayback Machine page for comments, or posts rather, from one of the old admins. And lo and behold, I had to pull up like 3 different variations of this post to get the media to play, because the other medias wouldn't play the other results. This one played, but I couldn't download it. So I had to screen record it and whatever. But so here it is. Now, some of you may remember, in which case, I'm sorry. And some of you may not be aware, in which case I'm really sorry, but you're going to be made aware now. Katie's husband rather likes cupcakes. Like a bit too much, maybe. This is trigger warning. You're definitely going to feel like kind of skeeved out a little bit, definitely cringy, okay, after this video. But we got to watch it. We have to. Where's my media thing? I didn't upload it? I thought I did. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. So without further ado, let me share the screen. And we can watch the ASMR video of Todd eating cupcakes. Now, a little backstory. This was like a skit. Like, he was trying to be funny or whatever. He was doing a skit for, I guess, a colleague's YouTube page. I don't know what or YouTube channel. I don't know the name of the channel. I know nothing about it. But he did 2 of these, and this is the first one. And he's just kind of making little jokes or whatever. Just, I don't know, trying to keep people entertained. And what he's like, I guess, kind of like hosting really is a video on different guitar riffs. So you're going to hear him say, let's go check out riff 1. And then it could, in the video, it would cut away to a guitar riff solo maybe or something. I don't know. And then it comes back to Todd and his cupcakes. And he does it again and again. So that's what you're going to see here. Eventually. I got a lot of tabs open, so my shit's running a little slow. There we go. Little slow. I said a little slow, not a lot slow, but it wants to run a lot slow. Oh, can you guys see it on screen yet? I think so. I think you can. Let me just double check. Yep, there it is. Okay. So I'm going to give you full screen, and then I'm going to press play. You need to have full screen for this. No, not that full screen. I don't want to be full screen. There we go. Like I said, my computer's running a little slow.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to my ASMR.
All right, we're going to let this just load up a little bit. I'm going to start it over again. Otherwise, it's just going to keep pausing every few seconds. Just give it like maybe 30 seconds. I'm going to check chat while we do that. All right, who else we got here? Hi, Lexi. Hi, Tax Max Fax Thunderclap. Yummy, I love cupcakes. You may not love cupcakes after this. Or White Castle. But this was funny. I ended up doing like a satire video to it, like kind of like a translator video almost. So like both the videos are at least preserved on my channel through that, but you know, I keep, breaking up and cutting it away for my own stupid shit. But so yeah. I'm looking for the media for the other video, like just the actual media, so I don't have, little clips of me in it. I was unable to find it through the subreddit as of yet, but I didn't look super hard either. Because I had stuff to do. So all right, let's give this a try again.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to my ASMR channel. I got something real special for you tonight. I'm going to do a mukbang video for you, and I'm going to eat this cupcake right here. So, without further ado, enjoy. So good. riff number 1. Wow.
So
What-
gross.
What a killer riff. That was awesome. Cupcake is so good. Wow. I was going to just do one for y'all, but I'm almost done with this one. I think I'm going to do 2. Riff number 2. Damn. That was excellent. Just excellent. Thanks for coming back to my ASMR video here. Well, I ate all the cupcakes, but still kind of hungry. Figured I'd give you guys some more, so I got me a Hot Pocket. oh man.
Fun fact. The Minnesota Hot Pocket is, in my opinion anyway, the most grotesque Hot Pocket there is. I want to say, if for those who don't know, by all means, look it up on Urban Dictionary. But if you do, just know that you proceed at your own risk. You can't blame me for shit. So.
That is delicious. Oh my God. Look at that. Excellent. Really, really good. Anyway, here's riff number 3. Honey, can you go out and give me some White Castle? Man.
There you have it. Todd likes his cupcakes. So yeah. All right, let me put that back. Okay. So did you guys like it? Do I want to know? I can look it up and read it for you if you want. So like a Hot Pocket is a slang for certain intimate acts amongst one or more people. And, every state has their own. Like, just look up Urban Dictionary, like your state and Hot Pocket, and you can find out yours. But in all honesty, in my real sincere opinion, out of all the states I've read, nothing comes close to Minnesota's. It's especially bad. It really is. Like, I don't even think I can, honestly, I don't even think I can read it to you without risking my monetization, like for real. Urban Dictionary, Minnesota Hot Pocket. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Basically, you projectile from, your mouth, inside a woman's body part. And it's bad. It goes on. It's bad. So yeah, it's a Minnesota Hot Pocket. There's some twisted motherfuckers up in there. That's all I'm gonna say. New York isn't really that bad, I don't think, from what I remember. New Jersey was pretty bad. It was pretty bad, like a close second maybe. But New York wasn't that bad, I don't think. I could be wrong. I don't really remember. I just remember that it doesn't stand out. I can't remember. It didn't stand out in my mind. Whatever. So, yeah, those were fun times. Oh no, I looked it up. See, I warned you. Don't look up naked otters either. What's wrong with that stage color? Yeah. So the other video, he's doing like a parody of like a Bob Ross painter, and he's painting a waterfall. And towards the end, he painted like 2 big boulders at the bottom of a long, thinner waterfall. And yeah, so you can imagine what it looked like. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I gotta say though, I I have to wonder how the hell those two ended up with one another, because though he's about as funny as a dad joke, which is entertaining, but I don't know if I really applied much funny to it. So, but he tries. You can see that he tries and he enjoys trying. You know, he doesn't care. If he laughs, he's happy, you know? And then there's Katie. There's Katie. Who, I mean, I think that it is a technique to try and be funny by just simply stating the obvious in most, you know, direct and obvious way. But usually it comes with like, you do this by just really overselling it. She just says shit and she thinks it's funny. So you have no chemistry at all. Yeah. So that was all I really found so far going through the subreddit. Or the web archive subreddit. Like, I have to cough again. It's gonna be loud, I think. Okay, sorry. I had something's tickling my throat. So other than that, I thought that I would go back and review some more of Kathy P's stream. I just really wanted to come on and hang out for a little bit. I wanted to come on earlier, but just some things came up. And I found out that this store I like to shop at was actually open a few hours later than I expected. So I went and did that for a little bit. Got this top. So I have to say, you know, I let it get to me though, because I saw a clip of Cheshire stream where she's just really pointing out all the black tops I have, the black shirts I have and wear. You know, and I have a lot of them. It's been my go-to color probably for most of my life. Not a whole lot of color. Never been a color person as far as like bright colors and shit like that for clothes. And it's usually just been black because I don't like brown. So I'm sorry that Cheshire, when her amazing wardrobe presentations that she displays for all of us every time she streams, complete with what I'm assuming to be stains on the shirt, and almost like you could smell a shirt from here. But yeah, she had some things to say about my wardrobe. So I saw this top there and I thought, oh, but the blue will break it up nice. It's not black. So yay. Yay. No, I'm kidding. I didn't think about her at all when I bought the shirt. There was an afterthought, but it is what it is. Actually, I bought this because I have a really nice like blue suit. It's a skirt and a blazer top, but I don't have anything to wear under it. And I thought that this would match, but it doesn't match. It's just like 3 shades too light. But I still like the top, so fuck it. $4. $4. Awesome. So yeah, and I guess Pork Chop has been trying to pass the buck or whatever on the existence of Natalie and her shenanigans. I think she's trying to blame Vada now. I mean, she's been trying to blame someone all along. It's ridiculous. But I mean, the thing is why her and Alice both, like, why do they even care? Why do they care if someone is assigned the blame for something that happened so long ago? Why do they even care if people suspect or even suggest that it could have been them behind the fuckery so long ago? Like, why do you care so much? Why are you so defensive? Why do you have to deflect so much? I don't know. But like, we all moved on. Maybe you should too. Forgive yourself and move on. For whatever. And here it is. So a stream I did like 2 streams ago, maybe, I think. I was going over this. I completely forgot. The video I played, I think, was from my my drive folder. But come to find out, this is still up on the channel. So I'm just going to play it from the channel this time so we can actually see the chat too. But this is a live stream that Kathy P did some time ago. And I knew that it existed. I knew that she had done it. And I heard like some clips of it here and there, but I never really paid it any attention. Whatever. I mean, I wasn't on the mod call, so it didn't have anything to do with me. But still though, It's, I don't know. It did not age very well because now she just even sounds more like an idiot. So that's what I like about it.
It speaks volumes about her as well, because what family.
So she's giving commentary to this mod call. This mod call was of, I think, Steve's, some of his moderator. It was a private phone call. It wasn't something that was live streamed. And it wasn't something that was intended to see the light of day publicly anyway. I mean, nothing was really said on it, whatever. But still, there was, for all intents and purposes, this was not something that was meant to be released publicly. And to potentially, according to some people or whatever, feel harassed or whatever because they were talked about after having talked about them. It's a long story, but so yeah. But Kathy P got a hold of it and she thought, well, this needs to go out publicly. I know that the person who is mentioned throughout this video feels harassed by them talking about them, and this was not meant to go out to the public. So by all means, allow me to put it out in the public and potentially harass her some more with it. Yep. But ironically enough, though, Kathy didn't get served with anything.
Member would do this. Ex-family member, whatever you want to call it. Just tells you what kind of people you are.
14 did get a incident number, right?
Hey,
so just to show you guys that, again, this is all legit. I know the trolls are like, oh, Steve bluffs. When the fuck have I ever bluffed? This is weird. I always tell people I don't bluff. I mean, I did
Exactly,
surf skating.
Joe.
I spent $10,000 of my own money. I wasn't bluffing.
You spent $10,000 of your own money. Shut up. Shut all the way up. God, this guy is such a fraud.
He showed the receipts. I mean, he did. You can judge him for spending 10 grand of his own money, which, I mean, I think it was kind of silly. I understand it, but I still think hey man, maybe it's because I don't really have a whole lot of money or whatever. And I don't know how much Steve has, but I can't make peace with spending money on stuff like this, I guess. So, I mean, you can judge him for having spent his money, but yeah, I know he spent it. But then again, this is one of Nonsense's crews. People who just never really put much weight or anything into actual evidence that proved things that were said. At least not when it goes against their narrative anyway.
How about this? If they had any actual threats, loan, credit, etc., why not look closer to home? Yep, Beta, who takes people's IDs. Yeah. How'd that go for you trying to get the stepdaughter?
Wait, Beta, who takes people's IDs. From what I understand, she was never even sent an ID. It was Meg. I forgot who else. Who else did she say she sent it to? Oh, Tina. And someone else. I don't remember who. But I mean, that didn't take anyone's ID. So, yeah.
Or as a witness, court didn't allow it, did they, Steve? Exactly. You can't have a witness with hearsay. You got to have something. This was all on a live chat. Can you imagine who's being harassed here? It's not Steve and company. Exactly.
It wasn't on a live chat. See, I hear live chat and I think of right here to the right here of this stream that you're watching, and even to the right of my stream. That's the live chat. The people who are there live, as this is being aired live, are chatting. So this was not a live chat. This was, I don't even think that this was maybe a Zoom call, but I mean, it wasn't on any streaming software. It was a Google Hangout call. That's what it was. So, yeah. Could you imagine, though, just for 1 second, if one of us got a hold of a mod call featuring these people and, other people mentioned in this video, and one of us released it publicly? Holy shit. The amount of victimhood status that each of them would be like grabbing and scooping up and running to the finish line with, for real. But here it happened to Steve, and they don't give a shit. I'm not saying that that's, a sexist thing, because let's be honest, if it happened to me, they still wouldn't give a shit. But one has to wonder, I think.
Bitter stepchild, they can cause problems. Well, she admits, and you're going to hear it as we go into the call.
She's not a stepchild. She was like 40 years old when the shit was fucking recorded, whatever. Not a stepchild.
She has a big fight going with her dad, and she hasn't talked to him in years. Of course, she then blames it all on Charlotte, the stepmom. But yet Charlotte's the one, as small children, took them in, raised them, adopted them. But when you turn on dad, and she's going to say she was a good kid. She was the perfect kid. Of course she was. Every kid is. And she's going to say she was. Come on. That's bullshit. She definitely has an axe to grind. And it also speaks to her character that she would even do this. Hi, Eve.
I don't think she has an axe to grind. I don't. I think she did, like, maybe years ago. I don't think she has anymore. I think she's definitely moved on because she had no choice, I think. But and y'all just don't know.
Charlotte had no problem with them doing the same to Katie. It only became a problem when they did it to her. I think they call that karma. Don't get me wrong. Personally, I feel sorry for Charlotte. But you're right there, though.
I forgot, let's be honest, comments in this. That's one of Katie's socks. I'm 99% sure, because of some verbatim, the very same posts on accounts. So yeah.
You're right there, though. How come when this stuff is done to someone else, it's okay? Someone that you have so much disdain for that you don't even know. But, so you're right there. No one deserves to be harassed. But she knew what type of people they were. Yeah. Even in California court, his court didn't allow any of this in court. There was nothing because Steve dismissed. Exactly. Steve.
What do you mean it wasn't allowed in court? It didn't make it to court. Sure, it wasn't allowed in court, and that he would have been standing in court by himself, presenting shit to no one because it was dismissed. So yeah, but to act like, no, he wasn't allowed to bring this into court. Sure, he was allowed to bring in whatever the fuck he wanted had he made it that far. But for whatever reasons, he dismissed it. Or no, I'm sorry, they both agreed to dismiss or something. I forget what it was. Or no, they agreed to no attorney's fees, I think. Some shit.
He had all this evidence. He had such a strong case. He had nothing. He sits on here and contradicts himself. Well, I know it's them. I stated as fact, but I can't prove it. Well, then you can't state it as fact if you can't prove it.
$1,000 is not a bluff.
It is.
Okay, so this one is a Pornhub. This one actually is to Erin. She's not here, but she has work. This one is Tina and Erin are Nazis, which...
Yeah, there was someone signed me up for a Pornhub account under my actual email for the channel, and they gave me a bullshit name or whatever. I mean, I contacted Pornhub and they took the account down and shit. So there's that, but yeah, that's what he's talking about. But well, she said there just now. She said that he says things as facts, states it as fact, but then says he can't prove it and he contradicts himself. In the first stream I did for the beginning part of this, what he said was, I believe it to be true. He didn't state anything as fact. He believes something to be true. That's all he said. And boy, Kathy is just running with that in every single wrong direction. It's like she picked something up and she saw the do not enter signs wrong way and she just is going head first for it. What a dumbass.
I don't know why that one doesn't sound like Debbie, because Debbie really doesn't know anything about Erin, and Erin has gotten these before.
Exactly.
I get the idea that Debbie is
you guys have haters, and the people in the Cater group that you guys intruded on and destroyed.
Yeah, who I got it from before was the persona believed to be Nat. That's the only place it came from before. So it's funny that this happened again with this other person who knew nothing about Nat. So, It's almost like there's one common denominator through all this shit, and it's Katie.
And dismantled. You had haters from there too, but you've got haters on Twitter. You've got hate. Stop it. You have no proof who was doing any of this, and you probably were doing it to each other.
Just a mosquito.
Yeah, well, remember, you guys remember
If we were doing shit to each other, trying to make the other party or the person we're contending with, trying to make them look better, trying to frame them or trying to set them up to be like the villain, we would have came up with something way better than what this shit was. Okay? Give us a little credit. Like, we have an imagination. I mean, I can't speak for anyone else, but I have an imagination. I would have come up with something way better. But I'm not an idiot. I just know that that's how it goes. The second you give in and start playing their games and stooping to their level is the one fucking time you get busted with doing something. And you're fucked. No matter how much you try to explain how I never did this before, it's not going to be heard. I know this. And I don't care. This isn't like, I don't care to see someone pay. I don't care to see someone ruined or someone tarnished. I don't care about that. I just care to be heard. And if I'm putting out bullshit and lies, then I'm not being heard. I'm not being heard. So what's the point?
Nat?
Yeah.
I think Debbie's the mosquito form. Yeah, I don't see this is a paper I didn't need.
Well,
so
to a degree, yeah. To a degree, it's not hard to find out what Steve is about. It's not hard to find out what EKC is about or Veda. I get trusting people. I get making friends with them. But come on, she'd been a hater, a cater. I'm not knocking anybody here. I'm just saying, it doesn't matter. When it ended, it ended. Whenever things went too far and she repeatedly asked these people to just stop going after her real life, stop the harassment, they did not stop. They doubled down. They tripled down. They get cease and desist. They get restraining orders, and they still continue.
Listen, you can get all of those things without having earned them. It happens all the fucking time. Especially when someone wants to utilize the legal system as a weapon against other people. That happens all the time. Especially on the internet, because there are some fucked up people online. Especially when they don't have to show their face, when they can just do everything from behind a keyboard. They can turn the computer off or the camera off, and they can just talk online through fucking avatars rather than show their face, rather than assign their name to their actions. It's real easy for them to feel emboldened to do whatever the fuck they want, and it happens all the time.
That's my issue with it all. This is insane. This should have been stopped a long time ago. No one should have the right to do this to anyone's life.
Do what?
And damn sure not some stupid YouTubers. And I'm one of them. But I'm not doing this to no one's life. Maybe I don't mean stupid, but you know what I mean. Not some damn YouTubers. No one.
Oh, yeah? How's fucking Bullhorn Betty there? I think that's been Kathy P's obsession lately. Like, you couldn't choose better.
X videos. This one is AKC people suck. What's the name of this one? This one doesn't have a name, but this is.
Kimmy, do you know who all these people are?
No idea.
Okay.
You don't know who Aaron is? AK people
Oh,
suck.
look at.
No.
I'm just looking at the chat here. Just another troll popped up and says, Kathy, with all due respect, you don't have to go that far. Your retelling is a little bit off. Either things are being left out or you weren't told the full story. Have you reached out to Renelle or Katie Rabbit for a comment? No, of course she hasn't. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Right. She's one of my moderators. She has a channel. So why do I pick that up twice?
She's a caterer and a Steve simp. Pretty easy to find her.
I haven't really even gone through these much, so I didn't need to pick that up twice. But that's kind of good doing it. Yeah, I don't think that twice. All right. Let's see. This is from Lendio, where she opened up a credit line in my account, or tried to. Lendio, and what she did
Oh,
was somebody.
so let's be honest here. That it just so we can have all the context. The comment I was talking about that she had said earlier, so and so had no problem with them doing the same to Katie. It only became a problem when they did it to her. I think they call that karma. So it only became a problem when they did it to her. That's the prefix or whatever to this comment here by Eve K. It says, how do you know they were doing this to Katie?
Somebody didn't realize is that the chat log gets sent to me from my email, right? So I have the chat log.
So then Lesbianis replied with, Eve K, how could she not? Everyone in the anti-KJ community knows. Doing what to Katie? What were any of us, what were anyone doing to Katie? Besides giving criticism and commentary and talking. I mean, no one was doing anything to Katie. Why is this not playing? Oh, it is playing. It's just quiet. Okay.
Stuff.
Why everyone will use magnetic lashes this 2025? These lashes have a hypnosis effect. As soon as you put them on.
What do you mean?
Are there emails?
She used
Or
my
did
email.
she used your email?
Yeah, that's how she opened these things. She used them. That's why I got copies of them because she used my email, which means it was sent to me.
Now it's making sense. Okay.
So just to guys show you that I'm not playing around, there is an online police report. Or online police report.
Police report. Okay.
I'll read it to you. So it basically says your online report has been successfully received, and
So now you're frivolously filing online police reports because you had no reason to file police reports, Steve. Because I do believe you know or have a strong suspicion on who was really behind this stuff, and it wasn't Charla. And you know.
You pretty sure he doesn't know. He didn't know. That's why the police report. Why is that such a bad thing? I mean, you would think that people who are so adamant that the person who was suspected was not actually behind it, you think that they would be you think that they'd be adamant that the investigation was done, that the truth was found out and revealed. You think that they would support this and champion it even. Be wary of those who try to hide the information becoming known. It's probably because they already know it and they don't want you to know
it. That. And the court knows that. And that's why you couldn't get an RO. Yeah.
tracking number is. So, and when I file a police report, you know I'm serious.
Okay. We do.
This is proof that she did, in fact, try to file a privacy complaint against me.
Sir Duke.
Darn it. Which Facebook, YouTube did review on that particular video, all my videos, and found nothing.
Here.
Wait, was that backwards on your screen, or can you read it?
Go get it.
Yeah, because backwards on mine, because it's my local.
Oh, you do.
But yeah, so she's, so the fact that she's filed the privacy violations right there, is harassment.
Steve, do you have this?
That's harassment. That's harassment. Wow. Fair debt collection law. Yeah, by federal law, he would have gotten a turn down letter. Did he? He showed no proof of nothing. He has showed not one iota of proof of anything, but he had all this evidence and he only needed 51% to get the judge to believe 51% was her to get granted, but yet he didn't get granted because Steve did everything he could to get it to go away minutes before it went in front of the judge because Steve had no evidence. Steve was going to lose.
It's not. You still need money to fight these things. It's hard. It shouldn't cost money to go through the the steps of trying to obtain an RO for those who actually warrant the need for one. But sadly, this is where we are.
And Steve knew that. Because if Steve had that evidence and there was even a slight chance he was going to win, there is no way in hell that dude would have settled. Come on, he would have cockadoodled.
Steve has just gone through, since like 2019, years of abuse online because he was fighting attacks made at him, his reputation, lies made toward him by Katie Joy. By the time this shit happened, why the fuck would he still have faith in any kind of system like that? I mean, hell, I've pretty much lost faith in it. And I haven't gone through a fraction of what he has. So yeah. Again, if any of these things that he's experienced, if they had happened to any of them or any of the other parties involved, holy shit, there would be hell to pay. But because it's Steve, fuck it. Jesus, can you imagine, like, imagine what it must be like to have to live up to these impossible expectations all the time. And then to be looked at and judged by a mob of people who are just as bad, if not worse than you. I mean, that's crazy.
For, please.
Screenshots from Twitter where she is encouraging people to do that.
I do. Yeah, let's get to the good stuff. So this is her ID.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Samantha. In this video,
And then the
when you do a video doxing someone's life, they have a right to tag team YouTube on Twitter because that's where you're supposed to do it. And there's nothing wrong with asking people to do it too, because what you guys did was wrong. And you shouldn't have gotten away with it.
How do you dox someone's life? What does that mean? I'm curious because I don't know how she means that. Like, did we reveal that this person exists and that they're alive? Like, or did we reveal like very personal, intimate things of their life? Because I gotta say, we did none of that. Yeah, so.
Period. End of story.
what she said to Megan. Do you recognize this?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
sure do.
Yep. So I have that printed out because, you know, if she does show, they're just going to ask, why'd you send your ID? And she's going to,
Oh yeah, they're just another troll. You're right. It's not my story to tell, but there's a lot that happened that is none of YouTube's business. And there's a lot of cut out of this call because
I'm so glad that she just said that not another troll is right because of the comments she made before this. Awesome.
I didn't. And she also didn't want it on YouTube. And I also made it clear that there was things I wouldn't allow on YouTube, that I wouldn't play if it was in, in the recording. So there is stuff that has been taken out. There's quite a bit. Yeah, Rabbit is that bedtime Rabbit is telling her audience that KJ's behind all this, and it's not. They
Boy, that aged well, huh? Because we got the emails. Mm-hmm. I'm going to check chat here real quick because I haven't checked it in a minute. Hi, Ocean Sunrise. You're already uncomfortable. I'm guessing that has to do with the cupcakes. Yeah, she is saying that, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I've seen so many of them get so worked up over the most mundane things, and they find slight and grievances and basically nothings. So if something of substance actually happened to them, oh my God, it'd be the end of the world, Like everyone would have to be canceled. But it's okay for them to do the same exact shit that they would insist on a cancellation over to whomever they want, especially to Steve, especially to me, especially to Vera. I mean, I don't know. Like even though I really can't stand these people, and some of them have caused me some upset, maybe a little bit of turmoil here and there over the past few years. You know, even though that's the case, I still would never do much of the things that they've done to us. And I haven't. Sure, I give commentary, I give my opinion or whatever, and I also give myself a little catharticism by using this channel as a means to walk and talk through what it is I'm feeling and going through. So sure, I've done that, but I've never wanted to see any of these people canceled, let alone anything else. So maybe that's my mistake, but whatever.
I'm sorry. Take that GoFundMe down. That's a fraud. That shouldn't be allowed. I'm sorry, but it shouldn't be. Nope. That shouldn't be. Nope.
Well, they told me to. I'm like, why would you send your ID if somebody's asked you for that? That's just crazy. I like, we never asked for this. And I have proof of that too. I have a conversation.
Veda did. There's proof of that. That's already been debunked many times. I think I even showed it on my channel. That's already been debunked many times. Veda did.
For that. That's just.
Nope. That shouldn't be. Nope.
Well, they told me to. I'm like, why would you send your ID if somebody's asked you for that? That's just crazy. I like, we never asked for this. And I have proof of that too. I have a conversation.
Veda did. There's proof of that.
No,
That's already been debunked many times.
No, there isn't. There's never, ever been anything shared or revealed that proves that Veda asked for anyone, or for her ID. And the one thing that was used against Veda over IDs is Veda getting an email from Meta. And she really did get the email. It was a real email from Veda, but she misunderstood it. It was about her group and the ID that she submitted for herself for monetization through Facebook. It was an issue with it. Like they couldn't read it or whatever. So, and they just sent out like a routine email after that. And in the email, it said, we need the IDs of everyone, basically all people who wish to get paid through us. We need their ID. And she told her mods this. She even shared this email with her mods. And there was, some confusion on their parts, and for a couple maybe that I recall. And I don't know. I read these emails. I saw how and where and when Facebook sent them to her through her studio thing there. I mean, it's a routine thing. No one had to give up their ID. She wasn't asking anyone to. She wasn't sure what it meant. It's the only thing. She never asked anyone else for any ID ever. And they know this. They know this. But she's sitting up there lying to everyone right there, lying to everyone right on the spot, to all of her listeners, making this shit up.
I think I even showed it on my channel. Veda did. She said that Facebook wanted the IDs of the group admins. Yeah.
The person in question was an admin, though. Like, that person was never asked for anything. I mean, didn't she just say how, oh, well, Steve said this, but, then he said this. Well, now that's what you're doing here, Kathy. You're saying one thing and saying another, and you can't have it both ways. Maybe try and hold yourself up to a little bit higher of a standard than people you like to disparage. Because you're right down in the mud with them. Or not right now. You have been.
Sorry, buddy. You're wrong again.
So I can prove that we didn't ask for this.
Hey, Steve, I'm going to switch to my computer, so I'm going to hop off, and it's going to ask me to come again.
You got it, Cammie. Thank you.
Hi, Sunshine and Rain.
Welcome back. Oh.
All right, I gotta read this. Sunshine and Rain says, that's disgusting. However he wishes, he was eating ding dong or a ho-ho, whatever they're called. I'm guessing Sunshine and Rain is starting it from the beginning. Hi, Janie Mac. Hi, Coy.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Yes. Yes. Is that better for you? Awesome.
Why is this?
And I do. And by the way, I do want to make
Stepdaughter
sure that
in
you get a
this
family
call.
statement out. Let everybody here, so they know. Like I said, that she's fucking crazy, and that the trolls don't give a shit. They've been coming after us for a long time. This one here is.
Wonder why? No reason. Okay, we're gonna go to another part of the call. This is clip 2.
What was the date of this?
Wonder why the trolls are going after him. Y'all know? Can you think? Think why they have people after him? I don't know.
And I do. And by the way, I do want to make sure that you get a family statement out. Let everybody here, so they know. Like I said, that.
Oh, you're gonna get a family statement out. What does the family have to do with any of this? They didn't. That's just it, Steve. You people involved the family, and you shouldn't have. And like I said, it speaks volumes on this stepdaughter for her to even be a part of this. Sorry, my opinion. I'm allowed to have one. We all have one.
She's fucking crazy, and that the trolls don't give a shit. They've been coming after us for a long time.
Mhm.
This one here is another print that I have, and I'm gonna read it to you. It says, completely disgusting.
Does Rabbit acknowledge all the lies by Steve and Beta now? She knows Beta lies now. I wonder if she's seen Steve's traumatic swatting, but
I wish she would read more of her comments.
Mm-hmm.
Because, boy, I tell you,
you're right. Just another.
I say it all the time. It pays to just go back and view things again through the sights of hindsight, because that's when shit will make sense usually. If there's something you've seen at the time it happened and it didn't even register with you because you had nothing to connect it to, well then through your hindsight you're gonna find connections. I just found a big one here. Wow. Which I will share, but I want to put it together first. So don't take my word for it. See for yourself kind of thing. That's what I'm gonna do.
Another troll, but Charlotte asked me to do this. Charlotte gave me this stuff.
Which reminds me.
And she has been, her whole life has been dismantled by these people. And she has a right to get her side out as well.
Disgusting. As a survivor of long-term violent child rape, which apparently is not the case, for Steve McRae to compare me sending my idea to someone I trusted upon the prompting of him, which was a lie, Vega and Megan, hi Vega and Megan, shows me that he has no idea what it's like to be a real victim. Only deeply wishes to be seen as one. Which clearly she was twisting what I said, because nobody was comparing her sending ID to a rape victim. What the comparison was of the inability to have a choice.
For this one.
And Tina pointed out that she took away her choice. She took away Megan's choice when she just sent her ID.
And what Tina meant by that was, this is all a bunch of bullshit. This is all a bunch of drama that's just going to follow people around for the time being and just be a pain in one's ass, or it can actually maybe cause people to really come for you, but maybe, it just whatever. You should be able to be the one to make the choice of whether or not to walk into a grenade type of a situation like this. And when someone doesn't allow you to have that choice, when someone literally makes the choice for you by thrusting the drama and shit into your DMs, even if you don't acknowledge it, it can and will possibly be used against you in some way simply because it landed there. That's what Tina was talking about how you took that choice away from me. You took the choice to receive this huge thing that you were sending to me. What if I don't want it? Does it not matter? That's exactly what Tina was saying. But by all means, Let's fuck it up here, Kathy.
And I think it's all about consent. You know, I mean, if you send something to somebody who's not, if I send somebody pictures of that they don't want, I violated that because I didn't ask for consent to do so. And ID, I think, would be something along those lines, which is like, you shouldn't just send your ID to people. So
Correct.
she didn't grasp that. This one, do you remember this one, Megan?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So this one is, this thread will be a series of messages between myself and my co-admin of the Facebook group. I hope people will read through this thread and compare what I've told you what happened with Steve versus what Steve McRae, Beta.
And I have this thread. I have hours and hours of threads from this Facebook group that were sent to me that I'm trying to go through, but it is crazy to do. But
Hours of a
Joey
Facebook
can tell you
group.
his part.
Erica and Megan are telling you happened. I was asked to help, and I did. Hi, Nikki.
Now, Nikki says she wasn't in this call.
Well, I'm going over my paper now, Nikki. Nikki, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. That's for net credit. Here, this is a good one. This tweet here. I'll read it. She says, go ahead and try. Not one lie has been proven yet, but I'm going to keep showing how Steve McRae, Aaron, and Veda are lying. You don't intimidate me and you won't silence me. You're a nobody and I won't block you, but I won't dress you again. You're not worthy of my time. This was dated April 3rd.
Wait, Nikki admitted Veda did that. Yeah.
Yeah, she
Everyone called Charlotte a psycho because
she, and I was kind of bummed to see Nikki do that because, so like, I just remember I kept asking people in this messenger thread, like, well, has someone seen the emails? What are you talking about? Like, just tell me, can I see the emails? Share the emails. Did she share them? What does it say? What exactly is the context here? Like, what are you talking about? No one saw the emails. At least at that point, they did. I think maybe one person did, but she wasn't really saying much. At least that was from what I remember. But those who were saying much didn't see the emails, and they jumped to conclusions for whatever reason. I don't know. I think maybe people were getting pressure or something from the Kathy P's out there because it's possible that Vada could have misrepresented something or other. I think her comments could easily have been taken one way or the other, could have easily been meant one way or the other. I think that was a big nothing burger, really. But I get it. People were getting pressure because, well, just doing what you think is right is hard, I guess. I don't know. And I'm not saying that that's what Nikki did. I don't know. But I do know, as I recall from the conversations I had then, she had not seen the emails, but she believed something that wasn't true. So.
because she said Beta asked her for ID for the Facebook group. Now they all acknowledge that Beta has been asking for IDs, put 2 and 2 together. Yeah. Bones of a video ready for
I just wonder, like, I learned of this. I ended up talking to Vanna. I asked to see the emails. She showed me the emails. It was all cleared up like that upon reading them. All cleared up.
the voiceover tomorrow. Okay. According to Charlotte, Rabbit has not been served. Renell has been served. Rabbit is. What is she doing behind the scenes to Katie that she's afraid of? That girl's doing something. There is something she's doing to Katie Joy behind the scenes that she's so terrified. So that lets me know what kind of. There's a big red flag.
What? Where did that even come from? What are you talking about? Who's afraid of what? What the? Wow. Like, oh my God.
Now you would not believe this pollen. Oh my God, it's everywhere. I wiped everything off, cleaned everything off.
Your local foliage is trying to get you to shut the fuck up already, and you're not listening. So maybe, I don't know, skip the allergy medication and just take the hit.
And the longer I sit out here, the more it gets all over my screens and my computer. I gotta put the screen thing over here.
It's trying to shut
Ugh,
you down, man.
bad. No wonder my allergies are so bad. But what is that down the rabbit hole? That bedtime rabbit. What is she doing? What is she doing behind the scenes that she's so worried about? Because it damn sure ain't because of her little spoof videos or funny videos she thinks they are, whatever she calls them about Katie. It's not because of that, because she's not the only one that does that. Y'all just build her channel for her.
I didn't see this before from Joan Smith. Allison asked for her help cleaning up that Facebook group. I had posted so-and-so's court papers for that. You were posting court papers? Like our court papers? Huh. Data filed in Georgia. Pretty sure they went to court in South Carolina. So, yeah, there's that.
That's what you did. You get her mad views. Keep it going. I'm sure she's enjoying the paychecks. I bet you they're a hell of a lot bigger than mine. She probably wouldn't know what to do with my little YouTube check. Beta filed in Georgia on my Twitter. I will pin it, explain some of the background. Yeah, I went over the whole restraining order thing and the hearing and the paperwork from the court. I went over all that in previous videos, previous lives. With Allison Sassy. Allison asked her for help cleaning up the Facebook group, right? Yeah, I shared the court papers and all that other stuff. Made a statement to the court, yeah, about how she was allowed to use another name, but it was really her name. Stephen, YouTube creators make false claims and speculate for cheap content. I don't. They're the ones looking for.
What the fuck? Oh my God! Stop! Oh my God! If I had been older, then that would have been a dangerous laugh for me. I might not have made it to that. That's how fucking funny that was.
For gossip for their audience, Steve and his pals have no problems claiming, just proving is the problem. Yeah, they never have nothing. You get hay fever, right?
Oh.
Well, God, I need this. You should see the ring of pollen around my swimming pool. It's insane. There's this yellow ring of pollen.
Stop. Right. Blonde One says, Rabbit tried to join my group this week. Oh, that's right. Blonde One, I believe, is also the account for Debbie Drury, one of the people who ran some other Facebook group or whatever, who, I don't know, who I think has been leaving me comments on my channel telling me I'm violating copyright because I shared screenshots of her landing in my DM. I didn't know it was her because she tried to hide and mask who she was. She changed her Twitter URL and her Twitter name, but kept the same account though. And then landed in my DMs under this name I've never seen or heard before. So when I posted it to Twitter publicly, said, hey, does anyone know who the fuck this is? Well, come to find out, people knew. And I learned who the fuck it was. So apparently I violated copyright when I did that. Shit, you not. Oh, God, it's funny. And listen, I don't have anything against Debbie. I don't really care. So I don't want to see anyone get harassed. I don't want to see anyone be hated on or whatever because of some shit I'm saying or doing. Do not ever let my actions dictate any actions of you going forward. I should have no effect on what you decide to do or don't decide to do whatsoever. That's how I want it. I just want to be heard. That's it. That's the only thing I ask for people, is to just hear me. That's it. I want nothing more than that. So I just want to make that clear. Because God knows what people will think. Because they can talk about it. They can post about me for 2-3 years now, all kinds of lies and shit. But the second I just ask who the fuck they are, I'm the one in the wrong. Like, I can't imagine going through life so fragile like that. And then to just feel entitled to just say and do all the things that I insist never get said or done to me. It's crazy.
It's just thick on the tables. I had to clean everything off because my little ones go, oh my God, look at it already. It's been, what, 2.5 hours since I wiped everything off? My little one's got really bad allergies, so I don't even want to, oh. I hate it. Let's get back to the call.
August 3rd, excuse me, and I asked her to stop tagging me on, what was it?
Oh,
July 14th.
I don't know why I thought that this shit had more views than it does. Only it's been on live, or it's been up on the channel since, well over a year. And it only has like 1,200 views. Wow.
15th.
Now wait for it.
And so this was after I asked her to stop tagging me, proving that she continued to tag me. I got a solid case. And I think
now, mind you, he's going to admit that it was after he got the cease and desist, because she'd already served him with the cease and desist and
Sam, hi, Purple Dragon Chill.
Any contact with this man. But yet they continued for months and months, and they still do it today.
this is the one that you've asked me about, Megan. Yeah.
But he's got a strong case.
You didn't miss much. So I've been kind of like running a lot of things through the Wayback Machine regarding the old subreddit there for WOACB, and I was able to find and recapture the cupcake video. So I started off the stream playing that. That was fun. I think some of the people in chat are still mad at me for it, but they'll get over. So yeah, that's where I started off, and then I went back to just doing this commentary for some of this mod call, because it's still, I does not escape my mind the factuality that the only reason why this is being discussed, period, is because someone recorded it and then slipped it off for other people to put out there publicly, when this was meant and intended to be a private discussion amongst people, like a few people here, and all of their, I think, privacy was violated in this. But that's okay though, because it was against Steve. But God forbid if anyone were to ever do this to, say, Kathy P or anyone else, oh my God, the governments would have to just stop what they're doing and demand a World Appreciation Day for the hell that they went through,
Yeah. So Megan, you asked me about this one. I'm gonna read it to you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it says, I found out my attorney on retainer, which, by the way, she has no return on retainer. That's a lie. Yeah, I talked to
receipts have been shown. Receipts have been shown to prove that yes, she did have she does have an attorney on retainer.
Well, there was a different attorney in California than all other places. So that is very likely what he's talking about, since he's talking about the case he had in California. So yeah,
the attorney.
He's lying.
He was not thrilled with her. Too many red flags, he said.
Okay. Her attorney can't talk to you. He can't say 2 words to you about her. Are you kidding? Shut up. People believe this crap? Oh my gosh.
For work, can also address this because it's entertainment related. She's not in the entertainment field, as I understand. Cammie, she just goes to these events and pretends she's somebody's popular.
She was in the entertainment field, Steve. Stop lying.
What?
Stop downplaying it.
Somebody's popular, as I understand. Cammie, she just goes to these events and pretends she's somebody's popular.
She was in the entertainment field, Steve. Stop lying. Stop downplaying it.
Yeah, I mean, she wrote about bands. So yeah, sure.
You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. Unmute. Unmute. Technology. Still muted.
Oh, wait, were we talking about Rita Ballou? Because that's what I thought we were talking about. Because I saw people were talking to a Rita Ballou here in chat, and I know that that's what Rita Ballou did. Huh.
Yeah, it says it's not muted. That's weird.
No, I saw muted.
Oh,
Oh, wait. Yeah, I can't hear her.
that's weird.
Okay, that means her
That's
microphone.
weird.
Yeah, it means something on her microphone.
Oh,
But no, it was just working.
Yeah, I know. Wise Angel with YouTube and the music. Oh my God, that's why I don't have a different intro. And that's in my every outro I do, they flag.
So over here in chat, Purple Dragon Show asks, isn't California a two-party state? He didn't know he was being recorded, and while it was posted, I'd wonder if there's any legal actions available. I don't think that there are, only because I don't know law. I'm not a lawyer, but I've always been under the impression that like one party or two-party recording states, that's more or less for the purposes of whether or not you can use recordings in a court of law. Like for family court, for example. Like say you, I don't know, you're going through a divorce or a split up or whatever, and you record your, like, going back in way back in the day, you record your landline phone, and you caught your soon-to-be ex-husband having an affair or whatever and talking to his mistress. Like if you live in a two-party state, you wouldn't be able to use that. In fact, if you live in a one-party state, I don't think you'd be able to use that because you wouldn't have even been a party on that phone call. So, but I think I've always been under the impression that it's existed or been a thing for reasons such as that. Like maybe there's some sort of expectation of privacy applied to the people in the phone call when it was just two people in the phone call. And it would be a violation to their privacy to, invade that. But I've been under the impression that just having it recorded isn't necessarily criminal. It's kind of like what you intend to do with the recording that makes it maybe criminal. I don't know though. Like I said, I'm not a fucking lawyer. I don't know. Don't listen to me. But I can't imagine someone being arrested because they recorded a mod call. Even if them putting it out, I don't see like a criminal issue coming from that. Maybe I think civilly you could probably do something, but I mean, you can sue anyone, really. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong one. I'm pausing my video instead of.
And I just haven't sat down and really worked on it. After hours and hours of flagging everything, I just took a break. But I got to get it done. But I get it with the YouTube music. What I do is I upload the music first and keep it unlisted to see if YouTube flags it, because they'll flag it regardless.
Did we hear her when she came in?
I thought so.
Yeah. Why was it working?
Don't you bite them
yeah,
cords.
she's not muted.
Oh, this cat.
I don't know.
Right.
Hope for
My mom
Snoopy.
must switch to her laptop.
Yeah.
Hope for Snoopy says wrong. She is in the entertainment industry. I wish I could ask them. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, but when she came on her laptop, didn't we hear her for a second or
I
not?
thought she said hello,
now
like
the dog's
right when she
barking.
switched.
Lovely.
You know what, Cammy? Just refresh. Refresh might work.
Yeah.
That sounds
My
weird,
dad
but
is
it
the
fixes it
stepdaughter.
a number of times. Let's try. I hate meets. Whatever happened to Google Hangout? I miss Google Hangout. Similar, but better.
Huh.
And wait for her to come back in.
Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, no worries. No worries. You missed all the
This
fun
isn't a
stuff, though. We
Discord call. This is a meets. I don't even know what meets is.
were laughing our asses off before you got here. It's
Well, I'm
hilarious.
like, I get the message and I'm just like, I didn't even dawn on me. Duh, there's a meeting today, and then I'm like, oh shit, that's why he's posting. So I was
Nikki,
as fast as I can. Yes.
Yeah.
Nikki,
Yeah.
if Steve told you to meet him at 4:15, what time is he telling you to meet him?
Quarter to five, probably.
What time?
4:45.
Okay, these people, none of these people know how to tell frickin' time, but they're creators on YouTube and they want you to believe them.
Oh, are you gatekeeping here because someone doesn't know how to read the big hand and the little hand on a clock? Like, Jesus Christ, Kathy, I don't think you could do basic algebra. Do you think we should trust anything you have to say? Which we shouldn't, but it's not because you don't know algebra, you know? So yeah, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. You don't need to read time in big hand and little hand to know whether or not someone's full of shit. So yeah. Go ahead and keep trying to, I don't know. I can never remember the name of these stupid fallacies that people always want to quote, but it's something, I know. I mean, it's kind of like that's a tactic that people use when they want to really, really bad discredit something you said, but they know they can't.
Oh.
I'm already feeling it.
Still on my second one. It feels like a buzz. Like, it's hard to explain.
My 8-year-old can tell time.
No, he's late.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Jesus, take the wheel. I'm not even Christian. Nikki,
You're an atheist.
Nikki, think about this. A quarter after 4.
A quarter after 4, yeah.
Well, shit.
Oh, blonde one. They lump everyone with KJ so they can justify attacking you. Honey, who haven't you lumped me in with? Like, for real. Like, it's like you don't think that anyone else can have their own identity and make their own decisions, that they must work off of some hive mind of some group or whatever. But yeah, someone does it to you and it's the end of the fucking world, right? Get over it. Just get over yourself, for real. Like, you are just as bad as all of these other people, if not worse. And, you know, I have my moments too. I'm right there down in the mud with you too. It is what it is. But at least I'm not too much of a pussy to fucking admit it.
I love you. I really do. Cammy, well, it's 4:15. Cammy, get now talk.
What about now?
Yes.
Yes. I switched browsers. I just went to Google Chrome.
Yeah, Chrome works better for this. All right, this is the part that gets good. It says, it's gone too far. They've slandered me, stolen my work, still up in the group, and Erica sent DMs on a live, or read DMs on a live. They're going to check into striking her channel or taking it down.
What work did anybody steal? I'd love to know that. That's what I'd like to know. What is the work that she has?
She reformed, cleaned up the group. She helped reset the group. What are you talking about? Y'all didn't have nothing in that group. Do you understand that? And then you ruined what was there.
Everybody
yeah. But then you went and started how many other groups? 3, 4? All hate groups on Katie? Y'all are too invested in Katie because she damn sure is not invested.
You obtained a secret mod call amongst these creators, and you're doing a several-part series stream commentating on the things discussed privately amongst these individuals. You're not at all obsessed.
Invested in you because you guys are helping her grow and helping her wallet fatten. You know, keep going. You're gonna make her rich. Keep going.
You love that. You love that, don't you? You love that your girl is just prospering, right? You have been here supporting Katie for how long now? I mean, pretty sure you came from the whole Unirock world, from what I remember. Not 100% on that, but I'm pretty close, I think.
Idiots.
The Facebook shit.
The thing is, you don't get to own a Facebook group when it's not yours to begin with.
She was admin for 2 weeks.
Exactly. You don't get to jump into for 2 weeks into a Facebook group and tell everybody how it is and how it's going to be, acting like you're God or some shit.
Is that pretty much not what you guys did? Only, you know, you used that potato travesty to go nasty, vile, and people just didn't want it. They didn't want all that mean, hate, vileness in there. Come on now, tell it all. If you're going to tell it, don't just tell one side.
Because this is so nice. This stream is such a pleasant, listening experience, right? This is not at all full of hate and vile and vitriol or whatever, right? No, because you're above that. Come on.
Y'all dismantled that group. Didn't you have to put it on lockdown? Or
You mean the group that's still together and has like 8,000 people in it? Don't get me wrong, no one's doing anything with the group. Yeah, you're right about that. It's just sitting there. But nothing was dismantled. So yeah. But there probably should be another group though. I think that there should be. I don't really think that there should be one enough for me to go and fucking put one together though, but yeah. But it shouldn't be just about Katie Joy. It should be a group where people can just come and just air their grievances over these content creators. And hell, even myself included, possibly. I don't care. I love being talked about, so we'll leave it at that. But like, there are some content creators who are here just to exploit people, just to become notorious, or at least without any care in the world, if that's the case. So yeah, there probably should be a group. Good idea, Kathy.
private or something. You took it down or something because it just got, because of you.
But it should definitely be a public group. I'm going to say that.
Because of that potato travesty and this dude here.
And what does she think that Facebook group is going to do for us? I have a Facebook group. You have we all have Facebook. It's a big fucking deal.
Well, damn, if I work for KJ, she needs to start passing some damn checks here because this YouTube money's not cutting it. Think she will? I've never talked to her. You think she will? I don't know.
Got no traction out of that. It's not worth the fucking headache. I've spent money on this shit.
Yeah.
How am I making anything off a Facebook group?
And that's what she's claiming. We're all making money off
I
this.
know.
You don't make money
Where?
off of a Facebook group.
Oh.
At all.
Eve says, anyone who calls out Steve or his friends apparently works for Katie at Greenworm. Just like anyone who calls out Katie apparently works for Robert Shin. Is that it? Oh, no. Now it's Robert Shin. Before it was Todd Chrisley. Then it was for Michael Saltz. Then it was for Amber Portwood, I think. It's just such a long list of people that hate Katie to the point that they have to employ others in her mind. And like people who have careers, even, have fame and money. They're just so bogged down on the things that Katie Joy is saying that they're going to spend that hard-earned money to hire people, right? Or they're going to create these troll farms or something, right? I mean, make up your mind here. Either it's ridiculous to think that the people who disagree with you are employed, or it's not. And it's very plausible for others as well. Because if you don't do that, if you don't apply it across the board, then, well, you look kind of biased, and like a liar. But that's my opinion.
Then she says, with the
I'm gonna
driver.
give this a couple more minutes, and I'm going to wrap it up. Oh, shoot. Wrong one.
License copy is being out there. One person who has that also has a password for a social media account they got into. She's claiming Megan, that you hacked her. Did some awful things under my name and deactivated the account Monday. I can't recover it because they changed my email. There's so much. She's actually saying that Megan, this is not by your name, but she's talking about you here because you're the only person she's ever claimed she gave a password.
Okay. She didn't say Megan's name. You did. You're way telling yourselves.
Yeah, no, she wasn't
believe y'all did all
blaming
that.
Megan.
I really.
She wasn't blaming Megan because, according to other tweets, it was Debbie Drury and Marie Vasquez, I think was the name she gave. Also known as Rachel something on Twitter. Yeah.
I have no problem believing that. I just don't. I mean, I just don't.
For two, which she never
Right.
did.
Which never happened.
Right. So I have that as well.
Phone number, and I've never ever given it to anyone. I've never even phoned it. Nothing. I don't want anything to do with her.
That's a lie. I got a screenshot that proves that Nikki was sharing her phone number to people.
I love
that's a
that
lie.
screenshot. Yeah.
I'm surprised she
I
hasn't.
will not show you the screenshot because I didn't block the number out. It's not her number anymore. But
Then
it's just the point of it. I wish
oh, I got the evidence. I got the evidence, but I'm not going to show it to you. Just take my word for it. I don't lie.
I would have. Maybe I can go in and do it real quick. But yes, I have proof that Nikki was sharing Charla's number. Let me see if I can get this to do it real quick.
Said that I've given it to people or something. That'll probably.
Right.
I know. Wait a minute. How do I get transferred from her hating you to fucking me finally have a restraining order? I want to go back after you at this point.
Because
man,
you did it for revenge. It was frivolous, and you knew it.
What's that?
Anytime you found anything, it was.
Make it up here. See what this is.
So I showed anyway. Oh well.
All right. She's sharing screenshots, so I'm curious. I don't see Nikki in there, so okay.
This is disgusting. Oh, there's more.
What the fuck was that? Oh, did she, Kathy, not realize she was sharing all of that?
Oh, I'm gonna show 2 more though. There's more. That's stuff they're posting on Twitter about.
Wait, whoa. Who's they? Who is Kathy accusing of doing this ridiculous shit? By whatever. Who? Because that seems like someone who doesn't have any fucking proof of anything, but they're trying to put it out there. That would be the exact problem that they're bitching about throughout the stream. Would it not be? You know, I mean, and here's the thing. This has been constant with me, from my experience anyway. It's one account after another that's associated with all of this that's creating all this bullshit, which I don't, listen, man, I don't care. Everyone's got a right to say what they want, really. I don't care. But if I so choose to, I'm going to speak on it. That's my right. You want to put shit out there and lie about me and create these narratives? Well, then I'm going to just come out and say, that's a lie. That's bullshit. That's wrong. Whatever. Here's the truth. And if that's too fucking difficult for you, if that's too, I don't know, traumatic for you, then I don't know. I don't know what to say. You're just going to have to learn to live with it, I guess, because, you know, I don't want to infringe on anyone's rights, but I damn sure don't want anyone infringing on mine. And I think it's fucked up that these people want to have their rights and yours too.
Yeah.
Now I'm
But they
waiting
don't
for
do
a
anything.
screenshot of Nikki, I
More.
think.
It's just never ending. Never ending. Wow, this is a hassle. Next time you can bet I will put them into a slideshow. Porker La Stank. Another one. I abused my daughters. Cute, huh? Y'all can't see it? It's not showing it?
Convenient. I don't think she shares it. I don't see it.
Should be. Huh. All right.
It's a lot of
It's
screens.
not showing the pictures to you? It sure did. That's where that post was from. Charla. You know, the one you didn't do? Yeah. Charla did. They created a Discord group and encouraged everyone to blow that number up. They sure did. They sure did. That's where that post was from.
No.
Charla. You know, the one you didn't do? Yeah. Okay. I don't know why the screen's not sharing. What the hell's going on? Should be.
So I guess we're not going to see a screenshot. Okay.
Giving me such a hard time today. Daughters. Crap. Oh, and then there's Steve's post about Charla. I've got post messages after messages like you wouldn't believe.
Me too.
You just wouldn't believe it.
Me too.
the stuff that they've done and said.
The stuff that I've
It's
done and
just
said.
unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Vernell stuff. Oh my God, I wanted to show you of them making fun of her. But that's, oh, here it is. It's just, but you can bet where this stuff is coming from. Come on.
Where?
He's got Black Wolf in him with him. You know, it's like, are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? Why is it not? Oh, it was sharing. Shoot. Let me reshare that. Yeah. But they haven't bothered her. None of them. They've done nothing. Steve put out a post saying about me, my friend, nobody loved me. I mean, it's just.
She just said that Steve put that out. See, this is okay. This is why we felt the need to speak at times, because this is the shit that was constantly being put out, at least from about me that I saw. It was shit like this from the very beginning, from the beginning of July. This is why we spoke out. So, I mean, oh. Someone should put together a whole timeline of all the tweets. But if I do it, I'm just going to give it to the court. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't. All I know is I'm sick and tired of it. I'm done. I'm over. See, here's the thing. Every fucking time I turn on this app now, I got Cheshire. I got her merry band of idiots and shit like that joining suit or whatever, talking shit. And for granted, this thing is a little old or whatever. But I mean, and it's Kathy P, really. Who cares? But this is where it all started. All because we said no. All because I said no. All because I stopped communicating. That's exactly what happened. And all the media is there to prove it. And so long as my name's still being dragged through the mud, I don't care why or how or what the reasoning is for people doing it, what mud they're dragging me through. I will speak on it if I so choose to. And if that's your reasoning for like thinking I'm doing something wrong, well, then what the fuck are you doing? You know, but I don't know. Not everyone just really cares, I guess. That's fine. They don't have to. All right. I'm going to wrap this up, though, because actually I don't have to go to work till tomorrow night, but still, it's late. I'm tired. Let me get back here. Okay. Damn it, where are my comments? There they are. Okay. Oh, yes, that was what I meant. Okay. Yep. Yes. Hi, Grisella. Yes, we're awake. I'm about to wrap this up, though. I'm sorry. So, thank you, Taboo Topics. Thank you. And, you know, I'm going to say this right now about Meg. People like to drag her and give her a lot of shit, and I don't really know the extent of what people's beefs are with her or whatever. But throughout the past few years, out of all the people I've been friends with on this platform, she's the one who's still here. She's the one who still had my back. You know, there's other people who just didn't. And that's fine. You know, they don't have to, but maybe, I don't know, maybe stop thinking that Meg's not entitled to some things, because I think she is. So thank you, Meg. And Purple Dragon Shield, you've been here too. Thank you. And Wolf. So, seriously though, I know, Meg, I know you've caught a lot of shit, and I'm sorry, but thank you. Because you didn't have to stick around and shit. And I appreciate that you did. Okay. Yes, you're still here, my friend Purple Shield. Yes. I just don't think you get quite as much shit for it. And I hope you don't, because you don't deserve it. Because you, I think, out of all the people here on Facebook, or I mean on YouTube, you are one who has this just natural ability to be friends with so many different creators, even ones who are at odds with one another, and be civil and be unbiased and just be there. So you know, that's your superpower. So, all right, guys. Thanks for being here. Have a good night. I won't be streaming tomorrow, I don't think. I don't know when I'll be streaming again. Wednesday or Thursday, maybe. But damn it, Shill. I was gonna talk to her about that. I didn't want to just like shove it on her. You know, I was gonna talk to her about it and then take it from there. All right. Good night, guys. Thanks for being here. I'll talk to you later. Bye.